Meanwhile, Juan.
Juan. Oh, for maybe if Juan has told him who he was, he will take Juan with him, and they will be fine. Fuck! Oh my god, no! No.
Juan, you are still. So, meanwhile, this is all happening. You are still in that room. What are you doing? You're still in that room. You don't know any of this is happening.
Yeah, no, I know. Can I attempt to cast a spell? I don't know if I can, but Juan will make an attempt.
What are you trying to cast?
I'm trying to polymorph myself into, like, someone else.
Okay, so you're transforming into someone else. Can you describe what you're transforming into?
Okay, so the idea I had was to transform into Levi before all of this, because he just left, but now I really don't know who.
Okay. So you did transform into Levi?
Yeah, I did transform into Levi.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. Well, the moment I transform, I'm gonna go out and try to see if I know what the fuck's going on.
You're gonna start hearing that there's been an attack going on in Lambeth, London, and you're going to start realizing that that you're going to overhear that there's giants. Giants are attacking Lambeth, London.
Juan will try and contact his contact to see if they know anything about the attack. While he's looking for a broom, he wants to go there, see what's happening.
Okay. You're going to go out and you're looking for a broom, you said?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you necessarily will be able to find the broom, but you'll at least make your way out.
Yeah.
And when you make your way out, somebody pops onto your shoulder. Oh, Levi! I'm so glad I found you. Levi, I'm so glad I found you and you're safe. All right. So I need a little bit of a favor, and I know a lot of things are going crazy, but I need help looking for my friend Brandon Carr. Do you by any chance? Do you think you would possibly help me?
No chance. Chance. Like, it's me, Brandon.
What? Brandon?
Come on, like, let's go.
Oh, how did you escape? I was trying to rescue you. I just dropped off all of the people that we rescued from the you know where to the you know where, and I came back to look for you, and well, it looks like I lucked out. Yes.
Oh yeah.
He says. Yes. What? Hey. How lucky you and I both are, Levi. We are just the luckiest pair in the world, it seems. Nothing can stop us.
Yeah, very lucky. Juan will say, looking at his hand. Let's go. Do you know what's happening in Lambert? Like, I heard it's like boom, big explosions or something like that.
It looks like the Liberators are attacking.
The Liberators?
Yes, they're the more extreme progressives, I suppose. You know them because they're wearing those white masks.
Come on, I don't feel really comfortable like this. I don't know who this guy is, you know. So let's. And Juan's going to go to a secluded place to transform himself back into Brandon Carr, and he will tell Chance, "Okay, but like, yeah, I know, like, so they are like on our team or something like that."
Well, we've conversed with them. Some of their methods are a bit extreme, so we just agree to disagree. Sometimes our goals align and we help each other, and other times we just let each other do our own separate thing.
Oh, fuck! I don't know what.
Attacking random people over at the square. Yes, that's where we diverge.
Yeah, like I like to know. Yeah, that's good. That's good that we diverge with them like that. Like what I'm thinking is that after all the conversation Brandon and Juan had, I actually think you could see it. That really struck some chords with Juan. So I think that right now he can't allow himself to just let other people die or suffer because he isn't the bad guy. What fuck? Yeah, Juan will say as Brandon. Chance, like we need to go and like stop those guys. We can't just let them do like whatever they want.
I mean, I'm there if you really want to do it. I'm just telling you, we're putting ourselves at risk if we do.
I know, but like, if you got my back, I got your back. We need to at least help people, okay?
Oh, all right.
That
Yes.
bastard that interrogated me won't like have the moral high ground on me.
All right. Well, I can apparate over there myself, but I can't take you with me if you remember. So,
I'll
do you have a?
I'll go there. Don't worry about it. I can make myself into a cool fucking eagle. USA.
All right. Roll me a transfigure. 27. You will be able to transform yourselves into an eagle, and you will soar through the air. You will arrive at the scene at Lambeth just as the Ferris wheel is starting to fall. You can hear people screaming. With your eagle's eyes, you can see several of the passengers who were riding on the Ferris wheel, and you recognize that the Squib Kids are on the Ferris wheel, and Joe is one of the people in the Ferris wheel as well.
Brandon, you let your other dad die.
Brandon, you told us which dad to save.
The Ferris wheel is going to start crashing down as the kids and Joe start screaming. What do you do, Juan?
Okay. How the fuck do I stop a Ferris wheel?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And I do have my whale. That could
You have your whale.
That could also help.
You have a whale.
Okay.
It's really large.
It's a really large whale. Okay, so I'm going to try to transfigurate the ground that Ferris wheel is going so that it starts to go towards the water.
Okay. So, I guess I don't understand how you're going to do that by transfiguring the ground.
Okay, I'm going to change the shape of the ground to make it more like a ramp.
I see. I think you can. Roll and see how high you get. Roll and see how high you get.
Now is when I need all my pluses, and I don't have all.
But you don't have used up all your courage.
And I used up all my courage. 31.
31! That's what you needed. Okay. You will raise up the ground. You will transfigure the ground so it turns into like a ramp kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that it will at least it will rise up and catch the Ferris wheel as it's tilting.
Yeah.
And then, now that it's on a tilt, the Ferris wheel will slowly start sliding into the water, which is probably better than crashing to the ground.
Yeah.
They're still going to be in danger once they get into the water, but at least you've slowed it down, and now you have time to act further. Chance will say, "Good job, Brandon, good job! Good, quick thinking."
Okay, now we need to give them a place for them to like. Okay, I can do this. Juan will go look for like a car.
Okay.
And
a Brandon car?
And he will try to levitate it towards the ocean. To then transfigurate it into a big ass raft so that people can get on.
Alright. Roll me a levitate, please.
Levitate is a charm, right?
Yes, Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, then I have even less. That's a plus 18 only. 26.
That's good. I'm gonna say that's enough to lift one car over into the water. And roll a transfigurate, please.
I'm trying to make it as big as I can.
33, good. You are able to transfigure this car into a large raft, and as the Ferris wheel slides into the water, you're gonna see people like frantically trying to like come out and swim. They'll see the raft. Several people, however, you see are having trouble unbuckling themselves, and so they're gonna go into the water and unfortunately will start drowning if nothing happens.
Okay, Juan will use his hook to fly and...
Yes. Roll a use magic item for the hoop.
14.
14? That's enough. You will move at a swift speed
and
towards the water.
And I will start using the severing spell to cut the seatbelts so that they can get out.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and use just... I would say roll it 3 times. Roll the severing spell 3 times. All right. Juan comes to save the day and is able to cut the seatbelts. Some of the squib kids, like I said, was struggling. And I'm going to say it was 10. 10 was one of the people who was struggling. But you're able to cut the seatbelts open, allowing Joe to pill up 10, and Joe will start to swim and start to gathering all the kids to safety onto the raft. Meanwhile, this big giant boulder is coming and is going to hit you in your direction, Brandon Carr, unless you do something.
No! Transfigurate object, I'm going to make it into a small one.
Okay, a small rock. Go ahead. 26. All right, that's enough. You're able to transform into a small rock, and it'll drop down. It looks like for now the people who are on the Ferris wheel are safe. It looks like for now. What do you do? Because the giants are still attacking. By this point, the military has become involved. The British military has come, and they're starting to fight back. You see some tanks rolling in. Some tanks are rolling in and are firing at the giants. The wizards, you see a couple bodies on the ground. A bunch of them who have masks on are on the ground. And people are coming out with like guns and firing, and it's a big mess. Do you continue being involved in this?
Okay, guys, are you ready for Juan to die?
Don't do this to me. I can't do another one.
No Juan dying right now.
I mean, do it.
Because, okay, I already saved the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, you saved Joe. Joe did not die because Levi didn't save Joe, but you did.
Don't make Brandon feel worse.
He saved his dad, his other dad.
I mean, there are more people.
So what do you do?
I think that's as far as Juan will take it right now.
Okay.
He doesn't want to die. So after doing all of this, Juan, as branding, will go towards Chance and be like, okay, that's it. We need to go now. Like, there's all these military guys. We need to go.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's go back to the base then.
Yeah, that's like a good idea.
So you'll start flying. Are you gonna start flying as an eagle?
Yeah, I'm gonna transform
into
an eagle. That's more normal.
So you'll start flying, and during the quiet, because you're leaving all of the destruction behind you. Once you get at a good enough distance, Chance, who's probably riding on the back of the eagle, is going to say, So Brandon, I was wondering, we make a pretty good team. Don't we?
Yeah, man. Like we're the best.
Yes, we've become a really good team and we become really close. So I was wondering would you would you like to see a movie with me or have dinner with me?
Like, sure, man. We're the best friends. We can do that.
Is this the new ship? Like,
Brandon, there's.
I think it's fitting if Chance has a crush on Brandon Carr. I think that's so meta for him to have a crush on Brandon. He likes the muscular guys. He had a thing for Finn. Naturally, he's going to have a thing for Brandon Carr, I figured. So
That makes sense.
I didn't really mean as friends.
do it.
Oh man, like Chance, buddy, like you're great and all, but like I don't swing that way.
I see. Well, that's okay. Perfectly fine. I just thought I would try. Well, I hope you're not offended or anything.
Yeah.
And I hope this doesn't, weird you out for the rest of our relationship.
Yeah, like no man, no biggies, man. All good, all good.
So you will fly back to.
Yes, the moment I can be alone, Juan will send a message asking to his superiors if they knew about the attack and why Juan didn't see any of their guys trying to stop all the mess that was going on.
Okay. All right. You will send that message. They will send you a response back telling you that they didn't know about the attack because the people who are responsible with that attack were calling themselves the Liberators, which were an extreme branch of the Progressives. So they had nothing to do with it. And then your second question was why did they not intervene?
Yeah, because I'm sure we still have forces in London.
Yeah. The reason why they did not intervene is because a lot of their resources are currently being used because, again, the mages, there aren't a lot of mages in the world or wizards in the world. The muggles vastly outnumber the wizards. So in terms of like manpower, they have limited resources. And so many of their resources was being used to defend Koldovstorets and like this and buffer up the schools. So they had their hands full, like worrying about their own people versus worrying about the no mages. So that's the response.
Okay, at least it's not like fucking no mages. Let's let them die. Okay, then I'm good. I'm still good with my side.
A lot of things are happening all at once. Okay. Back to Roxana and Albion.
Oh my god.
I was going to go talk with the giants to make them stop.
You could have.
Jordan crying.
You could have.
I was
know, but Jordan crying for the death of Levi made me realize Juan doesn't want to die.
I was very upset.
You guys see that the bar is on fire. What do you do?
Roxanne is like, those motherfuckers. And she's gonna like throw the door open. She starts running.
You start running.
What's wrong? He screamed after her. What's going on? What are you doing? And she may not answer. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd hear you because I run. I bolted. Yeah, so I might not hear you.
All right. Al just looks at Aika.
Aika will just run after her because he knows he can see the bar is burning as well, and he turns to you as he's leaving and he says, "Keep your guard up. This is definitely not good." And he takes out his he doesn't use wands, so he will rush out still in his robes, doesn't even bother putting anything else on, but he rushes out. Roxana, as you are running, you hear screaming in the streets. You can see that there is like a mob of people with torches, and they seem to be like setting fire to a lot of the buildings in this village. Many of the villages are many of the village members are out in the streets trying to like fight back. You can also hear cars. There aren't a lot of cars. So wizards and witches do use cars, but at least here in this village, everyone, because it's such a small village, everyone just walks everywhere. Like very few people actually owns a car. But suddenly you hear all these cars in the distance, and you realize that once you'll overhear people as they're yelling and shouting what's happening in the streets. They're saying, the nomads, they found their city, they found the village, and they're burning everything.
Yeah, I keep running to my bar.
Yeah, you'll get to the bar, and it's up in flames. You see that there are a couple of nomads that have sort of made like Molotov cocktail looking things, like the gasoline with the lighting it on fire, and they're just tossing. You see one of them throws a bottle through a window and it crashes in, and the bar starts to go up, and the bar itself like goes up in flames. What do you do?
I'm gonna pull my I'm gonna use quick draw to pull my wand out. I'm going to use Impediment Curse on both of them if I can get off 2 quickly.
Impediment Curse on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See. So remind us what that curse does again.
It causes them to fall to the ground prone.
Okay. They both fall to the ground prone. What is Albion doing in the meantime?
So he's obviously a little bit behind them, but he pulled his wand out whenever Aika said, to be ready. Does he see anyone else that looks like they're causing damage besides these 2 as he's running?
Oh, so did you get to the bar? I didn't realize you got to the bar yet.
I think he was on his way, but on his way, does he see anyone else?
On his way, yes. On his way, you will see that there are several people who have started again torching some of the buildings, throwing Molotov cocktails through windows. Most of these people are not carrying guns, but they are carrying like pitchforks and like clubs and other like melee type weapons. And it looks like none of them are. Well, the nice thing is it doesn't look like anyone has actually started attacking any of the wizards and witches outright, but they do seem to be doing a lot of damage. Like they seem to be doing a lot of vandalistic damage to everything.
Gotcha. Okay, so I have the Wizard's Heart, so I can cast 2 spells, and the first one I'm going to cast is the Tsunashi House spell on Roxy, which, depending on how well I roll, gives her damage resistance. For every 5 I roll, she reduces 1 damage. So that'd be 5 damage reduction. And then the other thing I'm going to cast is the Fog Raising spell. Just to cut around, I'm going to cast it in the direction.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If there's a group, I'm going to cast it toward their direction to try to stop them from being able to see what they're doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And 28 on that.
Nice. All right, you cause a deep fog to shroud the general area, which helps with, with the confusion. I'm going to say that, Roxana, you feel a sudden aura of protection about you just as you hear a bunch of people from the mob cry out, "It's a witch! Forget the witch!" And you start seeing like a group of maybe 5 people charging towards you with pitchforks and clubs. And one of them shouts, somebody snap her wand, break her wand. But
I got turned. I don't need that. So, I'm going to see how many times I can get off the Impediment Curse as they charge me.
Start with the first one. I'm going to make some athletics rolls to see how quickly they get to you. They close the distance.
Oh, I crit fail.
All right. You are going to attempt to cast the Impediment Curse. It backfires and causes you to go down prone, which allows the mob to close in on you. And they're gonna start like kicking you and beating you. I'm gonna let Albion have a chance to react. But anyway, they start kicking you and beating you. I'm gonna say at least they'll have an opportunity to get you down 1 wound level.
Oof. Which
As you can feel.
minus
Yeah.
1 or 2? Sorry, I can't remember.
Don't forget you have 5 resistance.
Yeah, you have 5 resistance. So whatever your wound level is, -5. So you might still be okay at the moment. Because you haven't gone down.
Yeah,
you haven't actually gone down to wound level.
Yeah, so I've
you
got,
absorb.
like 2 health on my first wound level, basically. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I have 7 health. Sorry, did I calculate that? I can't do math. I'm sorry, I have 7
You have
health.
7 health, which means that you only took 2 damage.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah,
You
I
only
have
took
5
2 damage.
health.
But if this continues, you're going to continue taking more damage.
Yeah.
So, Albion, you can see that this mob has managed to get to Roxana because her spell backfired, and they're beating her with these melee
Help!
objects. What do? There's 5 of them.
Do I see Aika at all?
Yeah, I mean, Aika is will probably notice that Roxana is in trouble, and he's going to do something, but I want to give you the opportunity to act first before he does.
The first thing I'm going to do, and maybe this is a stretch, but since they're kind of huddled, I'm going to aim the binding charm at the group to see if I can get the roots to wrap around as many as I can.
All right, roll, and let me see how high you get.
29.
Nice. Okay. So you will be able to cast a spell, and large roots spring up from the ground and attempt to wrap around the mob. With a 29, I'm going to say you will succeed in wrapping 3 of them, not all 5 of them. So you'll be able to bind 3 out of the 5. For the final 2, Aika is going to... This is actually your first time seeing Aika legitimately angry. As he's seeing Roxana being beaten.
Get my shit.
He does this with a big flourish with his hands, and then he casts a spell towards 1 and 2. One of the wizards gets thrown off his feet, gets slammed against, actually throws off the feet and slams crashing through the bar window into the burning building.
Oh my god.
Into the burning building, because Aika's not playing around. And then the other spell he casts, it actually causes a gash down that guy's shoulder, a big wound, and he screams in pain as a whole bunch of blood starts gushing out from the gash in his shoulder, and he falls over, writhing in pain.
Yeah.
And Aika will continue to close in towards Roxana, but I'll give Albion a chance to act again if he wants to act again before Albion he gets there.
So we have the group that I cast the fog on, and then we have the 3 that are bound, 1 wounded, 1 in the fire. Do I see anyone else approaching, any other groups?
Not nearby. I mean, you hear there's stuff going on all around the village, but in your vicinity, close vicinity, you don't see anything else threatening yet, other than the fact that the bar is burning.
So I'm gonna cast the anti-gravity mist toward the group. I think I read it, and the radius is pretty small, so it might only get one of the people that are bound.
And it might get me.
But I'm gonna cast that. What'd you say, Jordan?
It might get me.
It might get
in the middle
Roxana.
of the I think.
28.
Okay. That mist is a mist, so I think it's also going to lift up Roxana. So it'll lift up Roxana. However, Aika will rush over, grab a hold of Roxana's ankle, I guess, and pull her out of the mist. Just shove her out of the mist, and then she will just hold her very tightly and say, "Are you all right, my little piglet?"
Do I have a busted lip?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can have whatever you want on your black eye, whatever you want. How do you look?
I got a busted lip and a black eye. I look sick right now, and I'm gonna.
If anyone asks, I didn't do that.
Yeah. If anyone asks, me. Right, it's my decision. Yeah, so Roxana's gonna spit out some blood on the ground. It's just like, yep, just fine. Fuck. And she wipes her face.
Al runs over.
Should we try to rescue the bar, or should we try to rescue everyone else?
She looks at the bar for a long time, and then back at the village, and she's like, all right, let's go. And she'll walk towards the rest of the village.
In the interest of time, again, this mob is not huge. It's definitely large enough so that it causes quite a destructive force in this small village. So I'm going to say that between you and once the other wizards and witches get their bearings, they will be able to eventually control the situation.
Yeah.
But what I'm asking is, are you going to how badly are you going to be punishing these mobsters? Do you care whether you kill them? Do you care whether you hurt them?
I'm trying to do it non-lethally, but if I get another mob at me, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean,
beating.
I think it's safe to say that they might not be coming after you necessarily, but you are going to see several of the mob attacking some of the other villages, people that you probably know because they frequent the bar, and they are going to be beating them as well. So I don't know if that is enough, but they will also be beating other random people that you do care about and you do know personally.
God. Yeah, she's gonna try not to kill anyone.
Okay.
But yeah, she's gonna hurt them pretty bad.
Albion?
Al is for the most part just trying to detain them with the binding charm or the mist and put them in the air. The most he would do is maybe a stunning spell if there's a particularly tough one that he's unable to get. That'd be the most he would do, I think.
Oh, did they get to my wand? Sorry. Because did they get my wand? Sorry, because I forgot to ask.
I'm assuming one of them took it, but the Albion, I will say, will have been able to cast a spell before it got damaged, so you can get the wand back if you want it.
Hell yeah.
If you want
please. That's mine.
So you still have them. Do any of you foresee that you would have resorted to any of the unforgivables at some point?
Okay.
Any of the unforgivables?
So,
I don't know any.
Because I was going to then, but I was prone.
Mm-hmm. Would you have done it if you saw some of your people that your friends being beaten?
Oh god. Okay, so at one point I would say if it's if she could get a spell off to just disable people and so she can grab others and get them out.
Okay.
She would not have.
Okay.
If she's if at any point she was cornered or someone come up behind her and kind of startled her, she would have.
So I guess my question is, from a story perspective, what does Jordan want to see happen?
I would like her to cast that curse.
Okay.
I really like this.
So, if in that case, describe the situation.
Okay.
If that's what you want, describe it for me.
All right. I'll say at one point, maybe they dragged someone in an alley. So Roxana's run into there, pretty much to go and help this person. And she's settled it and whatever, checked if they were okay. And some other guys come down the alley and gone to grab her, put her in a chokehold, and she's managed to push herself free and just in a panic has just gone about the cadaver and killed him. If she
okay.
All right. In a panic,
yes.
Freaked out.
Yes. You will cast Avada Kedavra, and this is your first time actually using it successfully?
Yeah.
Okay. You will cast Avada Kedavra and you use it successfully, and you're probably a little shooken up.
Oh yeah.
By it, as you see the life come out of that person's eyes. You can see in their eyes the moment that death occurs, and the soul pretty much gets sucked out of their body, and he falls over. And as he falls over, you might be breathing very heavily, The person that you saved is like shaking, still frightened about what just happened. And you'll turn to the corner of your eye, and you'll see that Ayika is standing there.
Oh, shit. She just like looks at him and her hand's shaking, and she drops her wand and just kind of like goes against the wall a little bit, just like kind of shaking.
As soon as you do that, Ayika rushes over and he scoops you up, and then he starts like coddling you, and he says, "Shh, it's okay. It's okay, my piglet, it's okay."
He come up behind me, I didn't know what to do.
I know, it's alright. Everything will be okay. Everything is bad, but at this point, you have to do what you have to do to survive. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, if anything else comes out, it's in Russian, and it's not really like coherent, like just small words, like, like just curse words pretty much.
While this is happening, Albion, what do you foresee that you're doing to help with the mob situation?
He would have wanted to stay near the two of them. Obviously, like, they're trying to keep the groups at bay and prevent any damage, so I don't know, unless something separated them, I feel like he would have been nearby.
Okay. So you would have been nearby. I'm gonna say that you are trying to help out when another large mob. I'm gonna say, I see. You hear the sounds of an engine revving down the street, and you can see that there is this vehicle that is driving very quickly at top speed right at you to run you over. What do you do?
He tries to conjure. He tries to conjure like a tree that like would come up in the middle of the road.
Okay, roll me a conjuration.
So it would be 9 plus 20. It would be 29.
29? Alright, you will conjure up a tree that comes up, and you can hear the brakes screeching as the driver realizes what just happened. He slams on the brakes, but it's too late, and then the car crashes into the tree, and it just crumples up like an accordion. Whoever was in the driver's seat seems to be crushed as well within it, and then the car alarm starts going off like crazy.
Al would look over at Roxy and Ayika, and he says, "We're getting out of here now."
But what about everybody else? She like looks. Did Al see any of that? Probably not.
I
see
think
you casting Avada Kedavra. Albion, roll me a spot. Observe. I want to see if you witnessed that.
It was very bright and very green.
It was very bright and very green.
10.
You didn't see it.
Ha. Avoiding a awkward conversation.
So Roxy said, "What about everyone else?"
What about all the people? She looks really, really shaken. About something. And she's like, well, what about everybody else? What about all the people in the village?
The R's will come soon. We need to get ourselves out. They can get themselves out. We've helped as much as we can. This is just... It's getting to be a lot. Let's go.
Wait, my mother. I need to go back for my mother at least. Ayika said.
I'm coming with you.
All right, that's fine. We'll be right back. And Ayika will run off with Roxana to go get Albion's mom, or not Albion's mom, Ayika's mom. Albion, while you're there, you sense somebody sneaking up behind you, and you turn around and you see that there's another muggle who is about to like whack you over the head with a bat, but then you hear somebody shout, "Sectum Sempra!" and there's a big slice gashed across his chest as he winces his pain, and he drops down onto the ground. and the voice that shouted Sectum Sempra you recognize as Tritessa.
Ha! Interesting.
Hey, Al. You alright there? She says.
He's shaken from being surprised by that. Yeah, I'm fine, but we need to go. These people are causing chaos. Thank you for saving me, but we have to get out of here.
Where's Roxy?
I think she went back to Aika's house.
Well, fine. I'll follow you and we'll go out together. This place is crazy.
Yeah, he says, and he'll grab her by the hand and say, I'm going to take us there, and he'll apparate because it's not that far away.
Yeah, you'll apparate to the house and you'll see that Aika's mom, they managed to find Aika's mom. She was still at the house. She was looking out the window. Fortunately, the mob hadn't gotten to their house yet. And she is, like, kind of half protesting. And she says, no, we need to take a stand. We can't let them burn this entire village down. This is our home. You know, they can't just drive us out. And Aika's trying to, like, reason with her. I don't know if Roxana wants to chime in at all.
She's on the couch like this, like elbows on each of her knees, just like this. Not saying anything just yet.
All right, I think Aika is going to at least like convince the mom that they will leave, but they'll come back and assess the situation, assess to see if it's safe to come back, and with that, Aika's mom, she's saying, well, we need to make sure we have plenty to eat. And of course, like a mom does, she's like overpacking and taking forever. All the food, she's like taking some of the spices off the rack. And my Aika's like, Mom, we don't have time for this. Do you have no time for this? Oh, well, we don't know how long we'll be gone, she says. And she says, and if there is one thing I don't want those muggles to get a hold of is the secret to my chicken Bastille. They can't have that. So she's packing all of the chicken Bastille and packing into her bag.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am, Aika says. But you will apparate at that moment. Whew! She says with the gasp as you apparate in the house. Don't do that to me, child. She says at Albion.
I'm sorry, Miss Sayamida. What's the plan? What are we gonna do, guys? I think there's still more coming.
We can go to Russia for now. But that might be a bad idea because the military is blowing up schools, so...
What? Blowing up schools? Mrs. Aimide says.
Yeah, I don't know if Kaldolf's is the only place they've gotten to. It's been quite a day.
I don't know where else to go.
We can also go to my sister's old house. Oh, I don't know if I want to go there. I don't think we have a choice, Ma. We have to go somewhere, and my sister's old house is probably a good place to go. All right, she says, grumbling. Let's go. So you guys will head out.
Al's gonna, before they head out, he's gonna look at Tritessa and say, "Are you going?"
She says, "For now, where's Nico?"
I don't know, okay?
I was hoping you knew that, Tritessa.
No, I haven't seen him since Roxana convinced me to leave and come back tomorrow morning.
He disappeared. All of his shit is in my bar that's currently burning to the ground. So I don't know where he is.
Tritessa, if you find Nico, what are you gonna do with him?
I was gonna take him back to the ministry. He's a wanted criminal.
Wanted for what? What's he been doing?
He's been vandalizing things, causing a ruckus, showing magic to the muggles. Of course, by now, I guess it's kind of obvious that magic exists, but...
Look, I can't come with you guys.
I can't leave you here.
I was gonna say, look, I can't come with you guys. I need to head back to my house. Toby's waiting there, Tritessa.
I'll tell you what. I'm looking for Nico. Can you at least stick around? Because I'm assuming you're going to want to know where he is too and find out if he's okay and wasn't caught up in this mess. Can you at least stick around for that?
If you make me a promise that you let me talk to Nico before you do anything with him. Please.
Fortunately, back at school, I really liked you, Albion, so I will do you that favor and say yes.
Okay, then I'll come with you guys for now.
You guys head out, and the mob scene is starting to die down a little bit, but you don't want to take your chances. As you guys go down the road, you notice suddenly that you appear to be crossing through a trail of blood. A trail of blood down the street. Almost as if something was dragged down the street.
How big is this trail of blood?
I mean, it keeps going. You can probably follow it if you want to.
Like width-wide, are we talking like human-sized? Larger?
Human-sized. As if a human size was dragged across the street at a very high speed.
I think Al's probably speechless, so...
Yeah, Roxanne is just like looking at it, looking pretty green, legitimately green. So just like looking at it, like.
Tritessa starts following the trail.
But Tessa, you need to go.
I need to know what this is. I need to know what's going on. And she's just gonna start following.
I follow too.
Al looks at Roxy.
I'm just like, I just follow her. You guys keep.
You follow, if anyone wants to. You follow. The trail doesn't go that much further down, but it finally reaches the end of what appears to be a back alleyway of some sort. And there is a figure there that appears to be strung up like a scarecrow. It's on a broomstick.
Oh.
And this figure seems to be stripped of all of their clothes, except somebody took a traffic cone and placed it on top of their head like a witch's hat, a traffic cone. This person has on nothing but a tattered cloak that you think was draped over them. There's dried spit all over their body. And if you get close enough to the body, it reeks of urine. Their body has cuts, bruises everywhere. You can see that their knee is bent in a way that's not natural. But there's just dried blood and cuts everywhere, with marks suggesting that this body was dragged by a vehicle. And finally, on this person's chest is written in blood, Bastitch. Bastitch, right across the chest. Which might be a word that you've never heard of before, but suddenly you have a feeling you know what it means. And when you look at the person's face, it's Nico. Dear God, Tritessa says.
I go straight to Albie, and I'm gonna, if he's looking at it, I'm gonna turn him around and I'm gonna hug him.
I think Al collapses to the ground. Just, he can't even stand.
Yeah, she's got like a hand like kind of like stroking through his hand, through his hair, and just going, "Oh, it's all right, it's okay."
What is it? Aika's mom says. No, Mom, don't look. Don't look. Just keep looking in that direction, Aika says. Tritessa's gonna walk up to Nico. And she's gonna shake her head.
Oh, Albin, I'm so sorry.
He's wailing.
You're wailing, you're crying. Meanwhile, Tritessa, she just starts cursing in Portuguese, and she's saying, "Stupid. You should have come with me. Why didn't you come with me? If you had just come with me, this would not have happened."
Roxana's gonna give her a look saying like, "No, it's not the time." to be saying shit like that. She's like gonna just give her a very stern look, like tears in her eyes, just like.
She doesn't notice because she's so fixated at what she's seeing in front of her, at seeing Nico's, that she's not even noticing anyone else right now.
Albion, we have to go.
He's like trying to stop crying, but it's not as bad, but it's definitely still crying loudly. He just shakes his head at Roxy.
She's like goes to say something, but it's almost like she's kind of got nothing more to say, doesn't know what to say, and she just kind of like, brushes a bit of hair out of his face and goes to pull him onto his feet.
We can't just leave him here like this.
All right, come on. And she'll go over and start helping him, like cover him up, take him off the broom.
Tritessa will help. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna take him to his parents?
Is she looking at me or at Roxy?
She's gonna look at you. Are you gonna take him to his parents? Asa doesn't know. Asa doesn't know, doesn't she?
Jesus Christ.
Al lets out a laugh, kind of like not a like it's funny laugh, but like it's just like he can't even believe it laugh. I was supposed to be telling Nico about Asa. I've already went to their parents once today. I can't do it again. Roxy, don't make me do it again.
I'm not going to make you, okay? I'll do it. I'm not going to make you do anything. Oh, for fuck's sake. She's gonna pull. Oh god, this hurts to do. She's gonna pull out the poppet. And she's gonna say Solnitier, which is Levi's.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the Levi Juan scene. Brandon, are you there? Brandon.
Oh, he's there. Our boy is back.
Real time.
Well, Brandon's here. Levi's dead, guys.
No.
Brandon.
Yes, sir.
This now is time for you to make a decision. So, Levi, everything went black. You're going to see a light glow. It's very warm, inviting light. And subconsciously, Levi, your spirit has to make a decision. You can either follow the light, or if you believe that you have unfinished business, you can remain in this world as a ghost.
Please.
And live on in this world as a Wizarding World ghost.
Yup.
But it is your choice. I am warning you, though, that if you choose to go to the light, that is completely valid. But you will have to create a new character for the rest of the campaign. If you want to play a new character. But if you want to do more things as Levi, if you feel like he has unfinished business here, then by all means, I will allow you to remain as a ghost. Which means, might have some interesting role-playing, things as a ghost. But that's up to you. It's your choice how you want to play this.
I forgot about ghosts. I don't remember.
Yeah, ghosts. Fortunately, ghosts are a thing in the Wizarding world.
You can come back
So,
as a real snowflake.
You can come back as a ghost, as a real snowflake.
Oh, this is tough.
I think you have amazing opportunities, role-playing opportunities either way.
Yeah.
Amazing role opportunity either way. So, but it is your decision.
It's gonna change forever.
Yeah, this changes everything. So, but I want you to tell me what you want.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I could just get 1 second.
a week or so will pass by, and the three of you will receive an owl for funeral services for Levi Lionheart.
Where are we?
Wherever it is you think you are in a week. Somehow your owls will find you wherever it is you think you are in a week. So, where is, I guess, for the three living people, where do you think you are in a week after the events of the battle of Kuldofsterets and Lambeth, London?
Oh fuck, that's gonna be interesting because I imagine that Juan's going to be at the secret hideout with Chance and Finn still doing his job until the government tells him to go. So if a owl looking for Juan ends up there, oof.
That's a good fucking owl. That's
I don't
a premium
think Finn
owl.
is there though. Did Finn go back or did he
No,
stay?
Finn didn't come back. He stayed with Albion, and I'm thinking that after what happened, whatever Albion went through with the death of the twins, I'm sure that Finn is staying really, really close to Albion just to give him some emotional support. Huge
So
emotional
I assume
support.
Finn, Al, and Toby are at Al's British house. That's where they've been staying.
Yeah. I guess we'll play this out because I do think this is important. So this is before you receive the letter. We'll start with Albion. I think Finn, it's been a week, so Finn is going to sit next to you. Are you just what are you doing actually? Are you just sitting by the fire? Are you
Al's
gardening?
been spending a lot of time in the garden. Yeah, he's been spending a lot of time in the garden, and yeah, that's pretty much what he's been doing. Just to himself a lot. He still talks to Finn, but he's not. If Finn picks up on it, I think he could tell that Al is not really wanting to talk a lot.
Yeah. I think Finn is just going to go up to you and he's just going to put a strong hand on your shoulder and just gives it a squeeze and says, I was going to make something for lunch. Is there anything you want in particular?
A sandwich would be nice. I don't know if I'll be able to eat it all, but if you're making one, I appreciate it.
How are you today? I know that's a really dumb question, but...
Well, they say it just takes time, but if I am any better, it doesn't feel like it. Feels like it'll never get better.
I know what that's like. That doesn't solve the problem, I know. But I know what it's like to lose somebody that you love. And unfortunately, it's happened to me once or twice as well. All I can say is that I gave myself the time I needed to heal, and things that don't make sense, unfortunately, remain not making sense at the end. But I do want to say to you, Al, that the problem never actually goes away. But I promise you it gets better, eventually.
He smiles slightly. Thanks, Finn. Have you heard from your family? Are they okay still?
Fortunately, they are. After what happened over at Lambeth, London, I know that the Muggle and No-Maj governments have locked down even more. It sounds like they've become a lot more aggressive with the witch hunts. So I also have heard that things at Kuldofsterets, I don't know if I can bring myself to go there, but it's gone.
You know, if you need to go see anyone or take care of any business, I'll be okay. I've got Ellis and Toby here, and Dad when he stops in. You don't have to You don't have to stay here on account of me, Finn. I mean, I like that you're here, but I'll be okay.
I know that. But they're fine without me. And if you're telling me that you're fine without me here too, then I might as just well stay with who I want to stay with at that point. And right now I want to stay with you. And I know that you don't really want to talk about it that much. I get it. Believe me, I know. So if you just want somebody to hold you, if you just want somebody to cry on, we don't have to talk. I'm there. Whatever you need. Heck, if you want to hit someone, I can take a few hits. And I promise I won't tell anyone that you hit me. Because even if I did, no one would believe me.
You sure do know how to cheer me up. I
love you.
So lucky.
I love you. And that's not gonna change. So get used to it, he says as he gives you a small punch on the shoulder.
You know, I might try to go back to work next week. I'm sure there's a lot that still needs to be done.
Keep fighting. And eventually, this will all come to an end, I promise.
I hope so. And unless you had other stuff, when Finn goes to leave, Al is going to actually pull out the letter for the first time and look at it.
Okay. You look at the letter, and it actually looks like it's in Asa's handwriting, and it's addressed to you. But if you don't read it, I won't tell you what's on it, unless you want to read it.
He would read it.
Albicun, I've written this letter multiple times, over and over again. I don't really know what to say to you. I guess this letter's sort of my way of asking for your forgiveness, and a way for me to say I'm sorry. I can't say that things between us will ever be the same, but I do miss what we had, and I never regret that, and I appreciate it. And that is something that I'm going to take with me to the grave. I loved you. I always have loved you. And I know that you love me too, in your own way. I'd be lying if I said I 100% understood what you're going through, because it's very hard for me to accept, and I know that's hard for you to hear. But I'm just being honest. I'm doing what I can to make a difference in this world. I know that I've messed up, but I can't keep second guessing my actions. I have to go with what I believe is right and hope that if I'm wrong, somebody else smarter, maybe you, will get it right for me. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to talk to you again. But once you receive this letter, hopefully it'll be a time when you and I can finally sit down and really talk and just lay everything out on the table. Again, I'm sorry that I've put you through so much pain, and I'm sorry that you're dealing with whatever it is you're dealing now. But know that myself and Nico love you very much. And that will never change, no matter how much it sounds like we hate each other. I think that is the key to ending this war. Signed, Asa.
He reads it twice, and a few tears swell up in his eyes, not like crying uncontrollably or anything, and then he just takes the paper and he holds his wand up to it and he he has the bluebell fire, so he would just conjure a small flame and kind of watch as the flames take over, and then as it gets towards his hand, he just kind of drops it into the dirt.
Okay.
And then he'll head inside. Yep.
Juan, are you Brandon Carr again? Or where are you on? Are you still at the base? At this point, you don't have to stay at the resistance, or not the resistance, the progressive base anymore. If you want to leave, you're welcome to leave. If you want to stick around still, that's up to you. So where do you think you are?
Gone. Juan is not at the resistance base anymore. He's Juan
Okay.
again.
Great. And where do you think, I'm going to say that you're having some time off because you've been through a lot, so there's a break between your next mission. So where do you think you're spending your break?
In a bar. Right now.
Where?
Like, I think I'm probably still in London. I
Okay.
don't think that Juan will go back home. Not yet, at least.
Okay. All right. So you're in a wizarding bar or I'm assuming wizarding.
No,
bar.
in a normal.
A normal bar. All right. Gotcha. So you're in the normal bar, and again, there's still people. The Muggles are still shaken up by what happened in London, in Lambeth, London, and all the destruction there, and all the deaths that occurred, and you can definitely see that more than ever, these people are determined to hunt down every last one of you and make you pay for what they did, basically. They had a victory. They had a victory in Russia and are hoping to continue the push to some of the other war forts that they end up finding. You know that there are rumors brewing right now that they might have found another major wizard or witch fort in Japan somewhere. And possibly one in Africa too.
No! Leave Wagadu alone.
I'm going to say that at some point you're going to leave the bar because an owl isn't going to just drop a letter to you in a Muggle world. So at some point you're going to have to end up in more of the wizarding district, and that is when your owl will drop a letter for you. And you'll see that the letter is in a black envelope.
What's this?
You'll open it up and you realize it's an invitation to the funeral of Levi Lionheart.
Juan will remember the last conversation he had with Levi, and a few tears will go down him. He will just say to himself, God, I should have done it different. How? He will look at the hand that Levi broke. Probably it's already healed, because wizards can heal that in an instant.
Yeah.
But he will look at it and be like, I should have told him it was me. I should have. I need a drink. I need another drink. God, this war is tearing everyone and everything apart. And at this point, Juan will go back to his hotel and just spend a lot of time alone, hoping from bar to bar, actually, from a while, until his next mission until they tell him his next mission, or until the date of Levi's funeral.
Okay. Roxana, where do you see you and Aika a week from when you found Nico?
If it was safe, probably at Roxana's family estate. And his mother would probably be with them. There's plenty of room for everyone.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. Yeah.
Now, actually, a quick question. would most of our would it be safe to assume most of our staff have fled or left, or we no longer have any staff?
I would say yes. I would say most of your staff have fled. If you want, you can have like 1 or 2 loyal.
I was just asking because Roxana would actually be doing dishes.
Okay, that's fine.
She goes over to the sink, like she's somewhere else, and she like turns the tap, puts the washing detergent or whatever it is wizards use, and she just is kind of looking out the window and doesn't realize the sink is overflowing until she hears the splattering of water on the ground, and then she just goes, oh, fuck, and she turns it off and will start wiping up the water on the ground.
I'm gonna say that at that point, Raika is probably at the kitchen table, and he's eating some beetroot soup.
Delicious.
You know, I'm starting to warm up to this.
Let me check. She'll quickly finish wiping up the water on the ground, throw the tea towel over her shoulder, and will look in their refrigeration unit, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
To see if there's something like sour cream.
I'm sure they do.
She'll grab it and put it on the table. There we go.
Thank you so much for letting me and my mother stay here, my little piglet. This is grander accommodations.
Well, plenty of room here, and for now it's safe.
I'm gonna say that Miss Ayumide walks in, and she's dressed in her normal like house robes, and she says, Roxana, I was thinking, since you've been so gracious of welcoming us to your home, I really wanted to cook you and your family dinner. Maybe tonight.
Miss Ayumide, it is very much okay. You're like family, so do not worry about that.
I insist. For me, cooking is very therapeutic. It helps clear my mind. I am in my happy place when I am in the kitchen, if you allow me to indulge.
Well, I can't stop you. You have everything you need. I can go to the store and get some more stuff.
I will check, and if there's anything missing, I'll write you a list of ingredients.
Sounds good.
As she starts doing that, your owl will fly in and will drop you the letter.